For as long as human beings have existed, we have struggled with one problem that never goes away: heat. From ancient deserts to modern cities, we've spent thousands of years trying to cool our homes, our workplaces, our machines, and even our bodies. We built fans, carved ventilation shafts, learned to move air through tunnels, and eventually invented the electric air conditioner. But long before human technology existed, long before our buildings reached toward the sky, something small, something almost invisible to us, had already solved the problem perfectly. Deep in the African savanna, tiny insects created cooling systems so intelligent, so efficient, and so advanced that engineers today are still trying to copy them. These insects are termites. If you've only seen termites as pests that eat wood, it's time to change the way you see them forever. Because termites are not just builders, they are architects, engineers, environmental designers, and in many ways they're better than us. Termites live underground in massive colonies, sometimes millions strong. But what makes them extraordinary is not their size, it's their homes. Each termite colony builds a towering structure above the ground, sometimes as tall as a human being. These structures, called termite mounds, look like simple piles of dirt from far away. But inside, they are masterpieces of natural engineering, buildings that breathe, buildings that cool themselves, buildings that maintain a constant internal temperature even in the most extreme heat. Imagine this. Outside the mound, the temperature can rise to 100 degrees F, hot enough to burn your feet on the sand. But inside the termite mound, the temperature stays almost exactly the same, usually around 86 degrees F day and night. No air conditioners, no fans, no electricity, just nature designing with perfection. How do they do it? The secret lies in a brilliant system of tunnels, vents, shafts, and chambers. Termite mounds are full of tiny pores that allow air to move in and out like a living lung. The mound inhales cool air from the ground, circulates it through the colony, and exhales warm air through a network of vents at the top. It's a natural version of air conditioning, created millions of years before humans ever thought of the concept. The genius goes deeper. The termites don't just cool their home, they farm. Inside the mound, they grow a delicate fungus that needs a stable temperature to survive. If the mound gets too hot or too cold, the fungus dies and the whole colony collapses. So the termites invented a climate control system to protect it. They constantly dig new tunnels, close old ones, widen the ventilation shafts, and adjust the structure so that the mound always maintains the perfect temperature and humidity. In other words, termites understand something that even human architecture still struggles with: living buildings. Buildings that respond to the environment. Buildings that adjust themselves. This natural engineering is so advanced that it inspired one of the most famous biomimicry projects on Earth, the Eastgate Center in Harare, Zimbabwe. When architect Mick Pierce studied termite mounds, he realized that their airflow system could be applied to human buildings. The Eastgate Center became the first large-scale structure to use termite-inspired ventilation to cool the entire building without traditional air conditioners. The result: the building uses 90% less energy for cooling than any similar-sized structure. It stays comfortable all year, even in extreme African heat. And the world suddenly realized termites had solved a problem humans were still trying to understand. The more scientists study termite mounds, the more amazed they become. These insects work together like a single living brain. They have no leader, no architect directing them, and no blueprint. Yet millions of termites cooperate to build structures that are mathematically precise and impossible for any one termite to understand. This is another reason researchers are fascinated by them. Termite colonies behave like natural supercomputers. Every termite follows a simple rule. But when millions of termites follow the same rule, something incredible happens. Order appears. Patterns emerge. Complex structures rise out of the soil, and nature achieves what human beings only achieve through advanced engineering and technology. Engineers now study termite behavior to design everything from ventilation systems to robotic swarms, from self-regulating buildings to future disaster response technology. And the deeper you look, the more it becomes clear. Termites are not pests. They are teachers. The mound is not dirt. It is a blueprint, a message from nature showing humanity how to build smarter, greener, and more efficiently. The brilliance of termite air conditioning lies in three natural principles. First, temperature regulation. Hot air rises through the mound and escapes through the vents, pulling in cooler air from below. Second, humidity control, adjusting moisture levels to protect the colony and the fungus they cultivate. Third, air circulation, using pressure differences created by wind to push fresh air throughout the entire structure. This combination creates a stable microclimate, a climate inside the mound that feels like its own world, a world created by insects that many people overlook. If human beings applied these principles to our own architecture, our buildings could cool themselves naturally, our cities could breathe, our energy use could drop dramatically, and our dependence on electricity for cooling could decrease in ways that help the environment, lower our bills, and make our buildings more sustainable. Biomimicry, the art of learning from nature, shows us that the answers to the future often come from the past. Nature has been solving problems for millions of years. We are only just beginning to pay attention. Think about this. Termites have no special tools, no machines, no blueprints, yet they built structures that inspired some of the world's most energy-efficient buildings. It makes you wonder, what other secrets has nature already solved? What other ideas are we missing because we don't look closely enough? This is the heart of what we explore on Inspired Minds. We uncover the hidden technologies nature invented long before humans ever existed. From lotus leaves that inspired self-cleaning materials, to owl wings that shaped stealth aircraft, to sharks that influenced submarine design, and now, termite mounds that redefine the future of architecture. Nature is full of blueprints. Our job is to learn from them. So the next time you see a termite mound, remember this. You're not looking at dirt. You're looking at one of the greatest engineering achievements in the natural world. You're looking at a natural air conditioner more advanced than many human-made systems. And you're looking at a future where our buildings breathe, cool themselves, and adapt, just like the small creatures that inspired them. If you enjoyed this journey into biomimicry, subscribe to Inspired Minds. Because here, nature doesn't just amaze us, it teaches us how to design the future.